Hi, I'm here, 6 a.m. in Arizona. Hopefully, I didn't wake anyone up with that little buzzing sound that tells you I'm live, but I wanted to go over fat bombs, and I'm doing it bright and early because my kids are asleep. My husband's still asleep, although he'll probably be up soon and wonder why I'm talking to myself, but here I am talking to myself. So I wrote a blog this past week about not having ketones and not getting enough fat in your diet. And I actually received quite a few people telling me that I was crazy, that if you're eating too much fat, you're eating too many calories, and that's just wrong. I am here to tell you that I eat a lot of fat. It's what helps me stay in ketosis, and it's what helps me lose weight. If you're not getting enough fat in your diet, your body will hold on to your fat, your stored fat, because it thinks it's in famine mode. If your body thinks it's in famine mode, it's never going to let go of the stored fat. For so long, especially women, have been taught to restrict our calories, so our bodies are in constant famine mode. In order to get them out, you need to show your body that you are taking in extra fat in the forms of the good fats like coconut oil, butter, several different oils, not the vegetable oils, stay away from those are bad, but the good saturated fats you want to bring in so your body knows fat is coming in. And once it knows it's coming in, it'll say, okay, we're not in a famine. We can release the fat in the form of energy. So you'll have more energy to clean your garage. If you get a lot of energy, you can come to Arizona and clean my garage because I haven't done it yet. It's hot here. So one trick to get more fat in your diet is fat bombs. A lot of people say don't do it because A, they think you don't need the fat in your diet, which I just explained you do. Another reason is maybe because a lot of them have a lot of sweeteners in it. And that's true. You don't want to have a lot of excess sweeteners. So I always try to find the ones that are lower in sweeteners or just go without or just lower the ones that they have. So my favorite sweetener to use for fat bombs is stevia, and I like the drops. This right here is the chocolate drop. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my voice. So I use the chocolate ones, and these don't seem to affect my blood sugar. They could affect yours. It's something you need to experiment with yourself. I usually find if I take it with food, it doesn't affect me. So that's what I use. So let me get to show you how easy it is to make fat bombs. Before I came live, I've been up since 5:30 because ketones wake me up that early. I know it's kind of sad, but it happens. So what I did already was I took 2 sticks of butter. Let me show you. Sorry about that. This is the butter I use. It's from Costco. You can use any butter you like as long as it's real. We already went over that. So I use 2 sticks of this butter. I use about 9 ounces of peanut butter. I use creamy just because to put the fat bombs in the trays, it's easier to use the creamy. You can use crunchy. It tastes really good too. Just use a tablespoon to measure them out. I use this coconut oil, and this is from Costco. I buy them in a couple containers of these at a time because we go through it really quickly. Your body needs this. And then I ordered this off Amazon. It's the unsweetened cacao powder. And those are the ingredients that we use for the fat bomb. So what I already did before I started live was I melted down, let me see how we could do this. Can you see? There we go. I melted down the peanut butter, the butter, and the coconut oil all together. And so now I'm going to bring you over here. Sorry if this is a little crazy. All right, so we melted it all together. And I stirred it. The butter's all melty. Now I'm going to add in the half of the stevia. So I'm going to count out about 30 drops. That was 19, counting in my head. So there's half the sweetener, and then I stir in about half the cacao. And just so you know, I make a lot of these. We go through this recipe I'm making will make about 4 trays, and we go through that in a week. Both my husband and I eat these a lot. We have both lost a lot of weight. So those people who are saying that, no, you don't want to add extra fat to your diet, maybe that works for them. For us, we need the fat. My husband actually did not lose weight until he almost doubled his fat. 30 more. 15. All right, so there's 60 drops. And then I'm going to stir in the rest of this cacao. I really call it cocoa powder. I'm just being fancy for the sake of this broadcast. So I'm trying to stir quickly. You don't have to stir so quickly. This is just for demonstration's sake, of course. All right, so we got everything stirred in. This oil is very hot. I keep it on a little towel, so that way, I don't know if it'll burn the counter, but I don't want to because it is very hot. You could also melt this in a saucepan on the oven, on the stove. I do not recommend microwaving it. I don't like microwaving any foods. I've actually never used my microwave since I've lived here, and it's been over a year. We could talk about that at a different time. All right, so now I have everything stirred. Now all I want to do is just suck some up, or like I said, you could use a tablespoon if you want, and then we just put it in the little trays. So I've been making these for about 3 years, so I pretty much know what a tablespoon or a tablespoon and a half is, so I can guess. Until you get there, maybe you want to measure it out, but usually I film about a tablespoon or a tablespoon and a half. And the way you want to eat these, if you're just starting out, if you're just introducing a lot of fat to your diet, is eat your meal, let your digestion get started, and then once it is started, eat a fat bomb at the end of the meal. That way your digestion is going and the fat won't bother you as much. Now, as you are able to process more fat, you could just throw one in as a snack as you want to, or you could have 2 or 3 at the end of the meal like I typically do. All right, so that's what we want to do. We want to fill all these up, and once they are all filled, you want to pop them in the freezer. So let's pretend that we did that. We froze them. And this is how I store them in a little bag, and good thing I'm making them because I am on my last one. Oh, last 2. So let's pretend that we had them in the freezer. It takes about 20 minutes to freeze. So what I like to do is take them out, let them unfreeze for about 30 seconds to a minute, and then you stick a butter knife on the side, and it'll pop right out. So like that. And when they're frozen, they kind of pop, so keep your hand there maybe so it doesn't go on the ground unless you don't care. I have kids that eat off the floor, so I don't really care. All right, so we went over the reasons that you need these fat bombs. They are going to tell your body that more fat is coming in and it's going to let go of the stored fat. The people that were attacking me over my article do not see the food journals that I see that show daily caloric intakes of 900, 1,000, 1,200. And if you are trying to heal your body, that is not enough. Your body can barely function and get out of bed on 900 calories. How is it supposed to heal enough to actually let go of weight? It won't. I don't believe in going by caloric intake, but when someone tells me that they're eating only 900 calories a day, it's not enough. I just know it's not enough. They probably need to double it in the form of fat. All right, that is all I have to talk about today. If you have any questions, let me know. And also, I will post this recipe later on my Facebook page for anyone that wants to try it because they are delicious and you do need them. Thank you.